Presented by the American Highland Cattle Association, welcome to the Coo Cattlemen, the most popular source for all things Highland cattle available on the go. I'm your host, Seth King.
All right, I'm sitting down with Heather Bailey. Heather is on the National Sale Committee for the National Western Stock Show. Heather, thanks for being here and taking time out of your day. I know it's busy this time of year. If you don't mind, just kind of get us started, introduce yourself a little bit, and kind of tell us about yourself and your operation and kind of what you guys are working on.
I am with the National Sale Committee. I have been with the sale committee. Colin Demuth and I were just trying to figure this out, I believe, since 2012. So we've headed up the sale for that length of time, and we've really had a great time with all the changes and all of the involvement. It's been exciting. The demand for Highland cattle is enormous, so that always makes it even more fun. But it's been a really good time, and we really enjoy being on the National Sale Committee. We do have, aside from myself and Colin Demuth, Jan Larson is also a part of our sale committee as well.
Great. So you've kind of been on the committee long enough now to see the changes and now they're in a new building. So we'll talk a little bit about that here in a few minutes. Um, so kind of what we want to focus on for this episode is getting listeners ready and excited for the stock show. And there are several people who said Heather Bailey would be perfect to talk about that. So thank you again for being here and thank you for your time that you're committing to this. And thank you for, all those years that you've been, part of that. And what a cool event. I've been a few times. And it's just every single time it's kind of blows me away. It's awesome. So thank you. Um, so to kind of roll into some of these details concerning the National Western, um, on Friday the 23rd is the show. Now you've been there for many years. Can you kind of walk through what that would look like for somebody that's never been?
Sure, sure. Denver can be a little bit intimidating for anyone who's never been. I think that the National Western is doing a great job this year in kind of laying out. They'll have maps available. I know that ACA is going to keep pushing all of the different avenues that you can check into the stock show, where you need to check in, the trailer you need to go to. The maps are pretty detailed, so I think it's going to be a lot easier this year just because the stock show realizes they've had so many changes that it's new for everyone. So it's not just anyone who's never been to Denver before, but it's all of us who have been to Denver for so many years. Everything's different this year. Moving into a new barn, the new barn looks beautiful. I haven't had a chance to tour it yet, but I'm working on that. But there are going to be videos available on the National Western Stock Show site as well. So you'll be able to see what the setups look like. The air quality, I think, for everyone who's ever been there, having that new ventilation system is one of the biggest things we're looking forward to. Not to mention just all the new aspects of the new facility. It looks beautiful inside and very updated, but still has that Western feel to it.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah,
once you get, once, yeah,
no, go ahead.
once you arrive in Denver, I think that you'll have a good idea from their maps. Keep them on your phone. Keep the National Western, on your phone as well, so that when you roll into Denver and you'll have that map, you'll go right to the trailer that you need to check your cattle into. and they will guide you. It's the nice thing about Denver is you're guided right to what door you're going to need to unload into, and your stalling and everything will be laid out for you.
So it sounds like you anybody interested in looking at that map now can go to their website, the National Western Stock Show website. And then they're also going to be handing things
Yeah.
out. It sounds like there's going to probably be people out assisting with parking and directions and whatnot as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Aka, I believe, is posting that not only on Facebook, but it will also be attached to the website under the National Western event on their new website as well.
Excellent. And you're absolutely right. It is intimidating sometimes going there. Well, if you've never been, and now with all the changes, so that's great to hear. Now, kind of walk us into show day. Friday is the show. It usually starts in the morning. Can you tell us a little bit about what to expect for that?
So the show will start at 8 a.m. Depending on, anyone that's not shown before, and we'll kind of keep it to that tone. You're going to want to get there early. Your cattle are going to need to be taken care of, washed, fed, all of that. So if you've never shown before and Denver's your first show, make sure you allow yourself enough time so that at 8 a.m. when the show starts, depending on what class or division you're in, you're prepared for it. They will have announcements over loudspeakers so you'll know what division they're on. Aka does a fabulous job with their volunteers of having people in the aisles. While it gets a little chaotic from time to time, pay attention to all the information, whether they have the whiteboard set up or whether they're doing announcements. But their volunteers really work their tails off to make sure that everyone's in the ring when they're supposed to be. We recommend with staging, and that's when we say staging, it means prior to the class that you're going in. So typically they stage two classes ahead of the class that you're in. So make sure you're up there at the appropriate time and everything will go much smoother that way if they don't have to come find you or, you know, if you're lost or anything like that. But it should be a pretty smooth system. It sounds like the barn, you walk right in from where we're at and there's not, a lot of chaos that you have to go through. But just make sure you're staged in the appropriate amount of time. Um, Show day is awesome. Like if you've never been to Denver and whether you're spectating or whether you're showing there for the first time, walking out into that arena is it's a pretty cool feeling. And I think anyone that's going there, minus the first show jitters, is really going to enjoy their time at the stock show and especially at the Highland show. You're going to see, well over 240 head of Highlands there, and it's a beautiful thing to witness.
Wow. And if I if I'm not wrong, Highland breeders are some of the nicest people and most helpful people. So if you are new there, grab somebody, ask them, if you have questions. People are always willing to help, it seems like. So, and then the shows go on all pretty much,
Absolutely.
yeah. And the shows go on pretty much all day. Is that correct? They usually end, I think, in the mid-afternoon.
Yes. So we try and have our sale meeting directly following our consigners meeting directly following the show. And we've had to, in years past, we've started at 2 o'clock, but it seems like we're pretty tight up to that sale meeting at 2 o'clock. So you can plan on from 8 o'clock until at least 2 o'clock of seeing Highlands out in the ring.
Sure. And if anyone's never been there before, come early. There's a feeling about coming in, at 7:30 in the morning if you're a spectator and getting to see, everybody get ready and get your seats. And there's always, your catalogs that you can grab. So I enjoy getting there early in the morning and getting my coffee and, it's a good time. Definitely. And as far as spectators go, there's plenty of seating.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Yep.
So
Yes.
every
Absolutely. You will not have a problem with seating.
right, everyone's welcome,
Yep.
whether you're showing or not. So there'll be plenty of room for spectators as well.
Yes, there will. Yep.
All right, so that covers, I think, most of Friday. Saturday morning. Saturday morning is the sale, and this is your expertise. Um, Tell us a little bit about the sale because I think last year was one of the best years they had. So kind of talk about, what we can expect for the sale.
So the sale will start on Saturday, the 24th at 10 a.m. You'll have the opportunity to preview cattle. It'll be a little different this year for anyone who's been to Denver in the past when we were on the hill. The cattle were always lined up in front of the auction arena. Because of the changes, this year we'll have what we're calling our Royal Legacy row. So we'll have all the sale catalog in one, or sale animals, excuse me, that are in the catalog in one row. And it's about, from what Stock Show is telling me, and again, I haven't been there yet, but they're saying it's about 100 yards from where the sale arena will be. So you'll get a chance to preview all those animals in our Royal Legacy row and inspect them, talk to the owners. And on top of that, we're working out right now, and it's times are still a little bit up in the air, but we're hoping on Thursday from 1 to 4, um, possibly Friday 2 to 4, and then on Saturday from 8 to 9:30 prior to the sale, all of the sale consigned animals will be in this Royal Legacy row that you can view them during those time periods. It'll be right next to the ACA booth, fingers crossed, that's our hope. That you can, again, the consigners should be on hand, but at least bare minimum, that's the great thing about the stock show is you can preview all those animals in advance and get a good feel for what you're interested in and talk to the consigners as well about the animals consigned. So there will be those opportunities to view those animals in advance. Sale will start at 10 a.m. and we absolutely will start with our Denver pipe band again, which is always it really gets the sale going. Everyone's excited to see that pipe and drum and the dancers out there. They do a great job. And then Bill Sheridan will start with our announcements. Um, you'll have all of your bidder numbers in advance, and the sale will kick off with our live lots.
Excellent.
So this year we are looking at last year I think we had around 28 or 29 live lots. This year we have 40 lots of live open heifers, 8 lots of bred heifers slash cows, and one confirmed recip that is carrying a Highland embryo, of course. Um, and we also have something kind of new and exciting from Windermere. They offered a lot of choice of 4 heifers. So we've got some new things again this year, which is always exciting, and we appreciate consigners' thoughtfulness and providing something new to us. And on top of all of that, we also have 14 lots of embryos, 14 lots of semen. So it's going to be a good sale and it's going to be a large sale. So we're super excited. And the animals that are being presented are excellent. Not to mention that we have 6 international genetic lots as well. So from Scotland and Australia. So that too is always exciting because it gives us a little diversity in the states that we might not be able to get so easily.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I really like how
So that kind of wraps up.
I was just gonna say I really like how you guys have these designated times where you can go look at the animals and talk to the consigners, um, and really, know what you're gonna be bidding on.
Yep, yep. In years past, people have kind of gone through. We have the lot signs with the lot number and the animal information on it that's hung on top of where those animals are stalled. But, in past, people have kind of had to walk around and track those down and look for them. And I think it'll make it a little easier on our buyers because they can just find them in one row from time to time if they want to view them. And it's important that they do that. Anybody that's purchasing a Highland or genetics or whatever, it's a great opportunity to really inspect what you're interested in and see those animals in person and get a feel for, talk to consigners, um, and just get as much information about that purchase as you can.
That's great. And I believe in the past there have been transportation options as well. Is that still possible this year if people need transportation for animals that they purchase?
Absolutely. So Jesse Silva will be our transportation coordinator again this year. We have transportation options outside of the people that are coming to Denver, whether they're showing in Denver. We usually get a good list of names of people going in different directions that, either showed Highlands or going home with an empty trailer because they're selling, whatever it might be. But we always have a good list of individuals that we can put buyers in contact with depending on their location, as well as other haulers that we feel that we've had good reviews from. So we'll have a list of those haulers as well.
It sounds like you guys have covered all your bases. So congratulations.
We try to.
You
We
guys are
try
knocking
to.
it out of the park for sure. And if no one's ever been to the sale, you really need to go to the sale. It's just, even if you're not going to buy anything, it's just a good time. I always love going to the sale. So I think I interrupted
Yep.
you, but I think were saying that about wraps it up for the sale. Now, there's something new this year with the juniors, and that is after the sale, correct? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I don't have the exact name of what they're calling it, but basically for any junior breeder that is showing in any breed on Saturday at 4 p.m., the animals that won grand champion for the junior breeding show will participate or have the option to, but they absolutely should participate. From what I've read, it's $1,000 premium that gets paid to every single junior that enters that ring.
Wow.
So strongly encourage any junior that's won the Highland Junior Breeding Show to go in there. It's a very, very big deal. You will go against you'll be competing against any other breed that has shown in Denver. Um, and you will get the opportunity for that supreme title. And I don't know how many placings they will go down. I thought I read somewhere at five, but don't down to five placings, but don't quote me on that. So once they participate in that 4 p.m. show, so to speak, the judges will make their selection at 4, but they will not be announced. No one will know once those juniors leave the ring who has won. Then at 8 p.m., the juniors will go into the rodeo arena, that's pretty cool if, you've never shown before or whatever. And either way, shown, not shown, it's a pretty big deal to go into the rodeo arena during the rodeo at 8 p.m. All those animals will be paraded through that arena, and then the selections will be made at that time. So it's a great opportunity for once again for Highlands to be seen in the big stage, and just it's pretty exciting for all those juniors to be able to compete that way.
Absolutely.
And
And
that is brand new at Stock Show.
very cool. Well, I was just going to
Well,
mention, I think we've seen that this year so far, that where Highlands has stepped into the ring with other breeds and done really well. So that's always exciting to
mhm.
see. And you're absolutely right. I think it shows people that um, we're here to stay. This is a heritage breed in the US that is competitive and doing just as well as other breeds. So that's very exciting. Um, and I think finally
Yep.
here, we've got the banquet Saturday, or yes, Saturday night as well. Um, the banquet's a good time. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Sure, the banquet's an awesome time. It's a good time to it kind of takes you into that socialization away from the scenes of everything. People can dress up as much as they want. They can, come in jeans and a sweatshirt if they want, whatever makes you comfortable. I don't have the exact location of where the banquet is held this year, but I know we are not in the same location as last year. It will be, I believe, in that Legacy barn or somewhere very close to that. But it's set to be a very, very nice banquet for those that are attending, um, and a great time to socialize with so many different breeders as well.
Absolutely. A couple of highlights
It's
for
it's the fun time.
it is. It is. I was just gonna say the food's always great. I love the food. I think it was a buffet when I was there a couple years ago. And then also something I didn't mention in my last um, episode is there's an auction as well at the banquet. They're auctioning off usually just items, and those items, I think the proceeds go to ACA. I think is how it's worked in the past. Is that right?
Yeah, so they have a silent auction where, you can just bid on paper, and then they also have live auction items that you can do, that you can bid on as well. And typically, whoever brings the items to donate, they designate where they want it to go, whether it's the Junior Association, the Highland Cattle Foundation, or ACA itself. You have that opportunity to list where you want those items to be auctioned off. And in years past, there's been some tremendous offerings. Like it's pretty fun. It gets very entertaining. There's always the cash cow that goes around for the juniors, which has been going around forever, the big ugly milk can Highland that no one wants to end up with, but everyone loves to participate in. So it's a lot of good times.
Absolutely. Well, good food and an auction, I'm there. That's my two favorite things. Well,
Right. Do good thing. Yep.
well, thank you so much, Heather. I think that kind of gives listeners who've never been there, and even some who have, kind of an idea what to expect and where to get some good information as far as maps and directions and things like that. I just want to thank you again so much for your time and sitting down with me today. Now you'll be there, so hopefully we'll see you there as
Yep.
well, and be a lot of good people there,
Absolutely.
old friends, new friends. It's always a good time. So, well, I think that wraps it up.
It
Heather,
is.
is
It's a
there
great time.
is there anything else that you wanted to add, or you think that probably wraps it up?
Come to Denver, come early. I always recommend coming in. If you're just spectating, come in Tuesday night. Give yourself enough time to experience a rodeo, to walk around and look at the other things at the stock show other than just Highland cattle, because it's a great Western venue. Um, and then enjoy all the shows from the junior show to the market show. You're going to see a lot of Highland cattle here, and you'll want to have enough time to see it all.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Well, thanks, Heather. And we'll see you at the stock show.
Absolutely. Take care.
Thanks for listening to this month's episode. You'll find relevant links and information in the episode description. The American Highland Cattle Association is committed to preserving the integrity of the breed, maintaining a U.S. breed registry, and helping members create value with their animals. Join us on the first Sunday of every month on YouTube or wherever you find your favorite podcasts, as the Coo Cattlemen brings you expert insight, practical advice, and straightforward conversations about Highland cattle. Subscribe now.